Hello guys! Hello! I am going to start on this new project, and before I go on to any more details, I just want to let you know that I have 3 birds in my room and all of them are very noisy, especially these 2 over here. So if they make any noise or whatever, hopefully you don't mind. And I do have a new mic, it's hidden here. Hopefully you can still hear me even though they are chirping noisily at the background. I'm just gonna get right into it. This is the thing I'm going to make. This is the book where I am going to learn how to make a miniature dollhouse from. This book is created by Frisoni. I will link a link of the book in the description below. So if you want to check it out, please do. I will not be showing you all the little details like I do in my previous video. I mean, to me, that's like integrity and also a form of respect for her works, because this book is a lot of work to put together, I'm sure. So I don't want to show anything that you can learn from the book. You know, it's very unfair for her. So if you're interested and you want to build your own dollhouse, please go and get the book yourself. I'm just going to show you the process, okay? So this project is going to be at least a few months long. I'm going to show you how I built everything, where you can get the supplies and tools, especially if you're in Singapore, and also how much I spent for this thing, because what this book doesn't tell you is how much you're gonna have to pay for the materials and the tools and everything. So other than the tools that I already have, I will be calculating how much I'll be spending. I'm hoping that I can be like a guide for you to kind of prepare yourself before you make your own dollhouse, or you know, if you're just interested and just want to see what's the process, you know, this video will be for you. This first video is basically going to be an introduction, so it might be a bit boring. Hopefully you don't mind. This is more like a personal project. I don't get any money out of it. I'm not sponsored by the author of this book. I'm not sponsored by her at all, and I am using my own money to buy all the tools and materials. So really this is just for my own growth and my own experience, but I thought it would be fun to kind of share all these experiences with you. The first thing I did, right, is to actually label all the things on the book. This book is a step-by-step instructional book, and because of that, the reference photos for the dollhouse are kind of scattered all around the book. I decided that it would be easier for me if I put the post-it on where the references of each places will be. The way I label it is that everything related is in the same column. For example, we have the full house exterior here, and right underneath is the roof and chimney, which is related to the exterior. And I think categorizing it this way makes it easier to find what I am looking for. Right here, there is also a little now post-it label that I put, so I know where I am in the book and to make it easy for me to flip and refer to it while I'm working on it. Okay, so the first thing that I have to do is to source for all the materials and also the tools. Because of the hawker center diorama, I actually already have some of the woodworking tools, and I already have like acrylic paint, some oil paint and gesso and things like that I didn't have to buy again. So unfortunately, I won't be counting how much I spent on that. Whatever I buy for this project, I will definitely include it in. But if you don't have anything at all, please keep in mind that you have a lot more things to buy than I do. I didn't really have to research for this because I've already bought some wood from them. They are called Enta wood, and the pre-cut wood in the book, they already told you what size you have to order, and that's what I did. Unfortunately, they didn't have the thickness that I need. I needed like 10mm ply, but what they gave me was like 9mm. For miniatures, it can make quite a big difference, but I'm really hoping that it'll be fine and we'll just work around it. Enta wood is a family business. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but when I was there, the daughter was the one who took my order and kind of got everything ready for me, and she told me that they are pretty open about getting wood for small businesses like me, in a sense. So if you want to do anything regarding wood, which kind of need like a customized stylist, you can try to connect them and just let them know what's your idea and see if they can do anything for you. And I really like their Instagram because it has like really interesting posts, and also like they talk about the wood and how do they use them, which might give you some ideas of how you can kind of make your own little DIY project for yourself. I didn't spend more than $300, so I didn't get the free delivery, and I'm not gonna spend like $50 to get it delivered to me. So I decided to go there myself again, and being there before, I know that it was gonna be hot and you have to go up a slope and it's kind of out of the way. So to save myself, I brought a luggage with me because I was gonna bring it around on the MRT. I wasn't gonna take a taxi. Just want to save as much money as I can, right? So yeah, it was very lucky that I know where to get this pre-cut wood because I needed to wait like 5 to 10 working days for it to be done. So while I was waiting for that to be ready, I went ahead and get some other stuff. I've also went to Untitled, which is our local craft store, to see if they have some things that I need because I don't want to spend unnecessary shipping fee when I could have bought some of them in Singapore. So that's what I did, and I managed to find some things, not a lot, but at least I got some materials covered. So there's that. But in Art Friend, a lot of things were either not enough or not the right size, or like the right size but no stock. Art Friend isn't very consistent with keeping everything updated, and it might take months before they restock certain things. So I try to buy all the online things first because I know they're gonna take a while before they get to me. Like for example, I call it the electric stuff. Oh, hi Red. Basically, it's all the electrical wiring that you need to do in your dollhouse, and I am going to light the dollhouse. I did some research before this, and I get to know about this company that does miniature dollhouse lighting, and they are called Circuit. I think that's what it's called. The problem with this is because it is so specific, you have to order it from the US. I don't think there's anywhere, like I don't think Singapore has any places that sell this kind of stuff. So problem with that is that it's gonna be really expensive. I almost wanted to ship it to Singapore because their calculation was a bit off, and they told me it was like cheaper, like $20 USD or something like that. But then they sent me another email and told me that I needed to pay another $40 USD to get it shipped to me in Singapore. And I asked them if it's okay if I change the address to a US address, and I ended up getting some of the shipping refunded back to me because my boyfriend actually has a freight forwarder service. So he has like a US address that they can ship to, and then they will kind of compress the items to a smaller size, ship it to you in a smaller box if possible, which will save you a lot of money. For the other tools and materials, I have a couple of websites that I went to. So one of the websites that I'm leaning towards is called Miniature Marketplace. It's one of the few miniature websites, right, that sells hand building materials instead of just miniatures, which is like decoration for your dollhouse. The measurements are in inches, and the book is in the metric system, which is like centimeter and meters and things like that. So one of the mistakes that I made was that I tried to search the measurements, but because it was in inches, I couldn't find anything, and I was so frustrated. I spent like days trying to find a website that has all these things, and I realized that, you know, what you have to do is to just type the name and not the numbers. So to counter the problems I might have down the road with the imperial and metric system, I actually did like a little chart. So I'm sure that I missed out some inches, but I'll probably add them in down the road. So once I have the proper list, I can share it with you guys. One of the things that I realized is also that sometimes British English and American English is gonna make a difference too. So for example, if you can't find anything that you want and need from the book, try to Google what it means, and you might find the equivalent of what it is. For example, this thing called dado rail, just Google it. It's also called chair rail, and I could find chair rail on the website but not dado rail, but they're essentially the same thing, you see. So yeah, it's just things like that, and you have to kind of work around. She also provides you one photo that shows you what the strip woods are, and this is really useful because you know what you need to get, and sometimes you don't know what it's called, right? But at least you have a photo. And she also labeled each strip according to the name in the book. But the problem with a book is you can't zoom in or zoom out, right? So what I did was I took a photo of it and also brighten it up, and now I can zoom in and I can see the lines and where the shadows are, and it gives me a better idea what and how it looks like. So if there's anything in the book that you kind of want to zoom in, you can try this method. I've also gotten a trolley from IKEA because I was thinking that, you know, if I need to move it around, it would be better if it's on wheels, so I can kind of maneuver it to anywhere I need, and also because we don't have a lot of space. If I need to move it to somewhere to store it, the wheel will really help me a lot in terms of that. So the thing about this book is that it is very well thought out, and I've actually looked through the book from like cover to cover for at least 2 or 3 times now. She really does teach you everything from scratch. All the instructions are pretty clear, and she also has like diagrams which will be very helpful, and also templates that you can use for your dollhouse. However, it doesn't tell you where to get your supplies, and I realized that when I actually wanted to really start working on it, I didn't know where to get them. I mean, it's definitely not her fault, because I'm sure that she lives in a place that it's very easy to find what she needs, you know, in her local craft store. But in Singapore, that's not the case. So I have to do a lot of research to know where I can get the supplies, and that really takes a very long time, like just to research and also see how much everything will cost. I think this could be like a blessing in disguise, because I feel like you're learning while you're researching, and I think that's very important. Another issue I kind of have with the book is that the list of materials in the front page doesn't tell you the amount you need to get. I feel like it would be very hard for her to do that, but at the same time, it is also not a complete list of the item that you need. For example, you're supposed to buy a ready-made door, but I mean, I think you can make the door yourself, but you're supposed to have like a ready-made door that isn't included in the main page of the material list, and it didn't come out until I reached that section that required the door. So it's very hard for me to purchase everything in a go, especially when you're buying stuff online. So it's really highly recommended that you look through the book at least once, and also note down the things that you feel like it wasn't mentioned before, and it will really help you a lot in the long run. Like maybe you'll still miss out 1 or 2 things, but at least you will have like a bigger picture of what you need to get in total. I feel like for this whole project, there will be a lot of things that will require some changes. I guess the good thing about doing your own miniature dollhouse or creating anything yourself is that you have the liberty to kind of decide what you want to keep and what you want to change. For me, I will try to maintain the integrity of the book. I want to see how accurate the book is in terms of teaching you everything step by step, because I feel like, you know, it's very easy to just buy the book and feel like, oh, I want to do this, but you don't know how much work it actually is, and also how much it's gonna cost and how much time you need to spend on this. So I really want to document the process so you can kind of have an idea, and you don't have to spend a single cent, and you don't have to like spend any time on it, but you can still kind of see the process. I feel like that could be interesting. I'm going to Japan in a few weeks time. I think it's very lucky that it landed on this like time, because then I could figure out what I need, and then I think that Japan would have more things that I need, and also like maybe the ready-made door that I can't seem to find in Singapore. If I could get some stuff there, I will. That will save me some shipping, but I can't expect you to go to Japan, right? So miniature marketplace will have most of the things you need. Don't worry, you can always buy things online, and if you're traveling like me, you can kind of keep all these things in mind and make sure you have a list of what you need to buy before you go. So this is what I've done so far, and next week onwards I am going to work on the dollhouse. Finally, these are like the tips that I have for you. Like, this is what I feel after going through so much research. Hopefully it's been helpful. I know there's not a lot of craft work going on in this video, but I just wanted to be as informative as I can for you, and hopefully that this will help, especially if you want to make your own dollhouse. I hope that this video will help you and that the process will be interesting to you too. So yeah, halfway through I was like thinking, what the hell have I gotten myself into? But then I already spent the money, so now I have to do it, right? So I can't turn back anymore. So because this is a personal project, every single thing that I buy and purchase will be from my own pocket. I really want to just take this chance to thank my patrons for helping me to make these videos, essentially, because without them I will not have the money to buy anything at all for this project, which I already spent so much on. So thank you, patrons. Hopefully this will turn out okay. I really have no idea what I'm doing, and honestly, talking to the camera terrifies me. I just cannot speak properly. If I have like mispronunciation or like my grammar is all over the place, please forgive me. I know that I'm very bad at this, but I'm trying to be better and I'm trying to make this work. So if you have any comments or if you have any tips for me, please let me know. Anyway, wish me luck, because like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know how this will fare. You're going to see a lot more of this nonsense. Like, it's not going to be as curated as my other videos, which I think could be quite interesting. So stick around if you want, and see you in the next video. Hopefully by then I'll be making some things I'm actually very itching to like craft. So yeah, see you then. Bye bye. I mean, like, look at these two birds. I don't know what they're doing there and why they're sitting over there. They're just making noise while they're there and disturbing my recording. What are you guys doing there? Seriously. No, where are you going? No, she's gonna poop. She pooped. No.